Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. If you guys can do me a favor, let me know if the audio is coming in well. Hopefully it is, because we've got the trusted microphone back on here. So just let me know if it sounds great. And what I want to do in this video is ZkSync launched their Ignite program yesterday. Unfortunately, with my move to Dubai, I have been very busy getting settled in. Spent like 6 hours in the banking area trying to get some stuff figured out yesterday. But today, I wanted to do a live walkthrough with you. One, I want to sort of have you take away the opportunity that is ahead of us, which is, okay, should we do this? There's this hashtag ZkScam. Is that the case here? I'm going to quash it right away before we even move forward. If you're somebody who's watching this video either now or later and you're saying ZK is a scam, it's not going to be worth it, just get out. I'll wait for you to leave, because the rest of us are here to make money. We're not tied to our emotions. And if you had listened very clearly to what I said to do for the ZkSync airdrop last time, you would have gotten 30,000 US dollars. You lose because you chose to listen to other people. So be it. Now, what is the Ignite program and how we're going to capitalize on all that? That's what I'm going to cover in this video. So guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on all my sort of links, content, my services, everything is below. And as you can see here, we're climbing to 12,000. So yeah, the subscribe button is super important. The first thing I want to remind you guys is if you have ZK tokens, which, you know, I did sort of recommend having some exposure, you need to make sure that you are voting on every proposal that's out there. So this is what it is. Or you can delegate your tokens to me. I believe 111 people have delegated to me. I have 0.06% of the voting power. So delegate to me. There's no special benefit that I get from it besides being able to aggregate the vote and sort of vote for the community as usual. So I can take that off your hands if you want. Now, what are we playing for? Well, let me show you guys. We're playing for the ZK token. ZK Ignite is meant to give out, I believe, 300 million ZK tokens. They're currently worth 22 cents. In fact, I expect the price of this to continue to go up slightly during this campaign and then abruptly dump right after. So don't get twisted. I always say this. You guys treat your airdrop bags that you work really hard for differently than you treat your regular bags, but you should treat them all the same. You worked hard for this. It's your spot bag. Rotate it into something that you believe in. So with that being said, let's just take a look at why they're doing this. So ZkSync had a problem after their airdrop, right? So during the course of their airdrop campaign, I believe this is around the time ZkSync mainnet was launched in end of March 23, got some hype in July, crashed back down, and near the time of the snapshot, we peaked again. And after the token generation event, we just saw the TVL completely get drained out of this. But in the last few days, people have ramped up, and you can see here we're back near basically the all-time high for TVL on ZkSync. Compare this to Scroll, which actually went up to $1 billion, and now it's about 181. So it's about the same amount of TVL now as ZkSync, which tells you people are just lazy and sort of complacent, leaving their funds on a quote dead network. You know, we see the 1 month change is still negative 36. It was like negative 95. They look like meme coin rugs. But ZkSync, the reason they're doing this, all right, hey, trade for life, you're kicked, buddy. I'm gonna ban. I just banned trade for life. This stupidity is not welcome here. Go back, ZkSync scam. Please don't promote this project. Yeah, dude. If you got less than 30,000, if you didn't get money from ZkSync, that's a skill issue. Because I literally cannot make it as more simple. So those of us who are here who want to actually make money, we will make money, and we're going to do it the right way. You can go and follow somebody else on how to do it, and you'll still make nothing, okay? So we're going to go there. So just to set the scene, ZkSync needs TVL. They need TVL. So they're going to give rewards, okay? That's why they're doing this. They're not doing us a favor. We're going to capitalize on this. This is a good opportunity. And we're not going to do it the way others are doing it because I think they're kind of screwed up. Because the other wrinkle here is we are in the midst of a bull market. We've just had a massive pullback on Bitcoin and the alts. I say massive, it was like 10 to 15%. And then we are finally recovering, about to break out, and people are forgetting that and picking the wrong assets to be in. So let me sort of show you what I mean by that. So this is sort of the stage that I want to set, right? So ZkSync is doing a liquidity program to get TVL on chain. On top of this, they are going to reward its users. And that includes the way you enter the chain, so how you bridge, how you use the chain, and any liquidity you provide. They have certain percentages for each of these. And then on top of it, we have a bull market. So how do we capitalize on all of this? That's what we want to do. So let's take a look at the tweet they put up. So ZkSync Ignite Season 1 is live 19 hours ago. Kicks off with 300 million ZK tokens over 9 months. So if we break that down, that's about 33.3 million ZK tokens every month. Okay. Now, Season 1 runs from Jan 6th to March 31st and distributes up to 100 million ZK tokens to DeFi users who provide liquidity across DEXs, lending, and perps. Bridge in, find a pool, deposit liquidity, claim rewards. No points, no quests, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. What we need to care about, and too late, I will get there, but yes, you're correct, it does. Season 1 has 15 participating protocols and more will be added in the following months. So you have Uniswap, SyncSwap, Koi Finance, all of these others. What you want to do is you want to pick the ones you're used to using. This is not we're not one of those like other channels who talks about, hey, you got to use every single protocol. That's not what real people do. When you use when you go pump gas, do you go to every different gas station? No, you probably have a loyalty program at Shell or Esso or something like that. And you probably go there often. Yes, sometimes you may go to another one because it's not close by or it's inconvenient. But for the most part, you have your favorite your favorite fuel company. Same thing here. So for me, Uniswap's that, right? Some people use SyncSwap, Koi Finance, whatever it may be. You decide. We have perpetuals, which I will recommend you avoid. Perpetuals, typically, if you're not experienced, you will lose money. And if you're going to use perpetuals anyways, I would recommend Hyperliquid. This is not worth it. For lending, the only one I trust is Aave. Zero Lend has a lot of issues. Reactor and Venus are too in their infancy to trust. Remember, when you provide funds, if, for example, Zero Lend was to go bust tomorrow, I'm not saying they will, but let's say they had an exploit. ZkSync would tell you, hey guys, you should have DYOR'd or do your own research. We're not responsible. We're not going to make anyone whole. So you need to pick the protocols you trust. I trust Aave. They made it through the last cycle and came out better the other side. They got a fantastic ecosystem and they got way too much to lose to screw people over, because a lot of these exploits are internal, which we saw with many other protocols. So the fuel station, managing multiple DeFi positions just got easier. The fuel station is your all-in-one dashboard. Earn ZK rewards when you bridge with Jumper Exchange. See all opportunities across blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so that's all here. And then they got like a space and they have like a Telegram. We don't care. What we'll do is we'll go to the website. And in the website, how to earn rewards. What is ZkSync Ignite? We just talked about that. Who can participate? Pretty much anyone, right? You just need to have funds on ZkSync. And then you use the bridge feature in the ZkSync Ignite app, and then how to participate. So we click enter app and it takes us here. When you come here, and I'm just gonna click on home again, you can see all the opportunities here. Earn from your favorite protocols, lending, perpetuals, and whatever. You can click discover all, and you can see all of these things, right? Every single thing and the percentage you get. And a lot of people are looking at this the wrong way. And the reason I say this is a lot of people's instinct is, let me go and go for the highest APR thing. So if you're looking at your ZK and supplying it, number one, 15 and 8% will likely not offset any correction in the price of ZK token over the course of this campaign. So let's say you then decided to do this and you bought ZK token at 22 cents. You make your, let's say you make your 8%. That's like 2 cents. But if the ZK token goes to 19 cents, you basically wasted your money, wasted your liquidity, wasted your time. We don't want to do that. We are not going to get trapped. We're going to do things a smart way, or at least I'm going to do these things a smart way. You guys can decide what you want to do, because remember, nothing here is financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube. So what we want to do is we want to avoid a couple things. And the number one thing we want to avoid is stable coins. We do not want to be stabled up. Why don't you want to be stabled up? Because if you are in stable coins right now, you are not going to make the massive gains from the bull run. And ironically, they are effectively tricking people with these massive APRs, right? So if you look at this, you got 8% for USDC on Zero Lend, 18% on Venus. In fact, I go to Aave and people have literally lent out. You cannot supply any more stable coins. Why? Because everyone has sold off stable coins to basically lend out USDC and borrow ETH. What does that mean? That's like going short on ETH. You're keeping your money in USDC. You're borrowing ETH. If you sell that ETH for something else, you've got to buy ETH at a higher price when it goes up. If you're just holding the ETH, it does nothing. So you're not capitalizing on this. So what we're going to do is a smart thing. What I always tell you guys, and it's the easiest thing because no one else is competing for it. Yeah, great. They're going to get 34%. We'll get 2.8, but that 2.8 is going to enable us to do a lot more. I'm going to explain exactly what we're going to do. But it's the best way, and it's the way you're going to make a lot more money. I'm going to share this exact approach. So we're going to bridge in first. Now, they said you can click the bridge button. I used to use Jumper. Let's click bridge and see what happens. You can bridge from ZkSync Ignite. Yeah, that ain't happening. I go to Jumper every time, okay? So we go to Jumper Exchange, as you know, jumper.exchange, links description below. We're going to send 5 Ethereum over, okay? Let's do that. So I'm gonna get my ledger ready. So we got this right here. We'll send 5 Ethereum over. You said whatever you feel you need to. And by the way, watch what I do and then decide what you want to do, okay? I'm going to show you. And by the way, just so you guys know, what I'm sharing with you, I've shared slightly before in a different context, but lending and borrowing protocols, when you have these major tokens like ETH and Bitcoin and Sol, this is how most people, if you sort of take out all the people who've gotten lucky on meme coins, the way you grow your account is by doing what I'm about to show you. So great, bridge this in. So because they are, you see here, join the ZkSync Ignite party or whatever, like I bridged in through this. So that's going to give me some rewards later. Now that I bridge it over, I can come on here. I've been lending out some ZkSync, some ETH. Now let's go to supply on ETH. Protocol supply caps at 100% now too. Don't tell me that just happened. No way. That just happened. Wow. Guys, it literally happened as I was bringing it in here. This is not capped out. Okay, well, let's figure out what to do. So, I'm going to refresh this again. So these are all tagged. So every single one of these cannot be supplied anymore. So there's a couple like, unless somebody sniped it and put like hundreds of ETH, I refuse to believe it, because I had literally looked before and there was so much availability like half an hour ago. Here's the thing. We don't want to make moves that are bad. We just do not. That's just the reality of it, okay? So Aave is obviously capped out because of, number one, they are the safest. Let me just take a look. Zero Lend is the second safest. I used it in Linea, so I will use it. I won't use the same amount of ETH. I'll probably put 1 ETH over. So let me just go check it out here. Where are we? Protocols. Come on. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna supply USDC, but I'm just gonna look at this. All right. You see how everyone's supplying thing? It's bad. Okay, we'll go here. Ethereum. Yeah, it's just insane. Like, no one is supplying ETH here. Like, no one, like 1.08 out of 1,000. So like 13%. So we'll connect. All right, great. We'll browser wallet, connect. Okay. So what we do here, come on, this thing's so stupid. You guys can see, like, we're doing it live, you know? So I'm in here. Yeah. Okay. You know, I'll just put 2 ETH here, whatever. Okay, so I'm supplying 2 ETH. I'm going to show you what I mean. I believe you get rewarded for this, right? Supply ZK on. This is such a horribly designed website. Why is it so poor? Like, oh, there we go. Oh, so they're only supporting these. Let's just see what else is here. Supply W ETH on Venus. Let's just see. Let's see this one. Yeah, and yeah. So typically it's 100%. Like that is what I expect to happen. But like I'm just showing you sort of for the case point example on live stream, right? So we'll go here and go to Venus and we'll check this out. So I'll use this over Zero Lend. So we'll go Rabbi. Put 2 in here. Thing is, was it just like, it's so weird, like supply W ETH. So I'm going to wrap my ETH into W ETH just in case. So just in case, because of the way this stupid thing is written, unless it tells me differently. Okay, yeah. I'm going to go to Uniswap and do this. So in Uniswap, what I will do is I will go to ZkSync. And we'll pick W ETH. Yeah. Okay. So the wrapping is like just, wrapping the thing. It's basically like you should have 0 slippage on that or 0 price impact. And it's like basically like free to do that. And I'm only saying that because it says here, where? Supply W ETH on Venus, okay? You guys let me know if you like these kind of streams, because obviously doing it on the fly means it's not as polished, but it is what it is. Well, if I do this, I can borrow against this, right? Okay. And by the way, like was said in the chat, your priority should be going on Aave, right? So definitely go check it out. I'm also going to remove this. So we'll get rid of this already. We will withdraw these funds. Go here and withdraw those already. Withdraw anyways. Sorry, I'll look at the chat in a second. I'm just cleaning this up. And we'll do it. Yeah. So let's go over here. Best channel over here. Appreciate you too light. Been supplying. Yeah, so I was supplying on Aave for a few weeks as well. Then I took the money out 5 days ago. Thanks, BG the man, not a problem. Asuna, why are you in full stable coins, man? We're in a bull market. Literally, like the stable coins are gonna stay flat. There's so much risk on stable coins versus like the alts and the majors at the stage. Same thought. Good. The API on site versus yeah. So that will typically change, but the goal here is we're looking at this as a rebate. Venus, good choice. Finally made it to the live stream. Let's go. Yeah. Almost 5 a.m. Yikes. Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock here in Dubai. They might hire cap on Aave. Yeah, they might. That takes a lot longer though. Cool to see. Do you think? No, I don't think it's so Simply Gains. You don't want to look at it that way. You don't want to look at it that way. You can supply ETH Simply Gains, and I'm going to answer both your questions. So this one, I know you can supply ETH because you can literally pick from the drop down, right? But they're treated differently because it says on here, supply WETH on Venus. So that's why I'm just making sure I don't get screwed. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the only reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't care. I would just put ETH in. You just got to be careful unless they show you an indication. I didn't see anywhere where it said like, oh, you got the additional percentage. So I just was like, okay, just in case. I used to be a shook one until I joined the secret society. Literally just swapped my USD sound following this video. Nice, not financial advice, but you want to be like in the market, right? In the market. Now, okay, we just supplied some ETH here. We'll go to the dashboard. So now that we're here, let's now take a look at a couple things. So let's go back over here and let's just sort of click off zero land. So let's apply here. Okay. So you only get for supplying, not for borrowing. That's the first thing. So we go here, and what you want to do is you want to borrow. Like what I like to do is I like to borrow. And by the way, you can do this on Aave. So when Aave opens up, do this on Aave preferentially. Okay. Just like keep checking Aave. If Aave has it, do it. I show you guys this in other chains. Look at Base. I have 29 Ethereum supplied, okay? And I'm borrowing 36K. That 36K, it's buying me stuff. That's 36K got me into Anon at $3.20. That 39K got me into virtuals at a couple dollars. Like, I can sell these things and easily pay this off and the interest and make all this profit. But you don't, what you want to do is the opposite of what everyone else is doing. You want to be using this to make money, not just to farm rewards. And if you lend USDC and borrow ETH, you're actually hurting yourself. Whereas if you lend your ETH and borrow USDC, you're going to make more money. Okay? I'm going to show you a very simple case. I'm going to show you a very easy example just to prove my point. So let's go to USDC-E. I'm going to borrow, what? Supply tokens enable items collateral. Oh my God. Okay, so this website, because I'm not used to this one, so I'm gonna enable collateral. Where is that on here? Account. Here we go. Got it. And by the way, I hope you guys I hope you guys are finding this video helpful because like I said, we're doing this live, right? Otherwise, like I would pre-record this and you wouldn't see what the stuff is in the background. So like, even though like, you know, I do this all the time, you can see like I can also struggle with this a bit. So we got $7,000 supplied, okay, in WE, okay? The APY is terrible. So be it. My loan to value is 77%. This is important. Why? Because when you lend out a stable asset like Ethereum, they are willing to give you more collateral for it, right? So now I'm going to go to the dashboard again. We're going to go to US. What the hell is this? These are two different USDCs. So what USDC is this? Yeah, we're trying to see what this is, okay? Fiat token proxy. Okay, so whenever you're borrowing USDC, so whenever you're, and by the way, guys, I'll answer your question in a second. Whenever you're borrowing USDC, you want to borrow the one that's the least stable. And here's why. If you borrow the one that's least stable, if it like depegs, you got it for free. Like imagine I borrowed like, it's not here, but Wormhole USDC, and then Wormhole had a bridge hack and their Wormhole USDC got depegged by 80%. You guys seen these nightmares. Well, I can then go and buy that Wormhole USDC back at 20 cents on the dollar and give it back to them and get my, you know, unlock my full thing. It's amazing. So USDC Core, let's go do this, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to borrow this one and I'm going to swap it for regular USDC. And the reason I do that is look at the interest rates. We are looking at arbitrage. So if I borrowed Tether, it's 15%. If I borrowed USDC.E, it's 8.94%. If I borrow USDC, it's 5.75%. I have $6 in my wallet anyway, so we'll check this out over here. I'm going to borrow, and I'm going to borrow, let's see, if I put 3,000, I'm at 53%. I'm going to borrow 2,000, okay? That puts me at 35%. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, okay? So we'll go back here, we'll borrow. Well, why is it saying simulation failed? Unless they're like out. What's going on here? Okay, so it borrowed it, okay? And now that I got $2,000 in here, I can now go to Uniswap and under ZkSync, we'll just got the 2,000 here. And I'm going to convert that into ETH, okay? So I'm going to pay like $9 you see in price impact, so be it, plus $1.54 gas fee. Don't care. Just again. Sometimes ledgers can really be a pain, like doing this nonstop. What you want to do when you're doing this, by the way, is make sure you're not borrowing more than like is sustainable, right? By lending out my Ethereum, I'm going to explain to you why I picked the number I did. But you see here, I just made that swap. So I bought 0.546 ETH for 2,000 bucks, okay? And we're going to track that, okay? I'm going to, you know, we can come back later and see how that went. But now I can come back here. I can go in my dashboard. I can go to my ETH. Whatever, I'll just do it this way. How much did I get? If you're not sure how much you got, you can always go to like your DeBank website and it will actually show you what you did. So let's go check it out. Transactions. All right, 0.5457, okay, right here. So we'll put 0.5457. And I'm going to keep this as regular ETH just to sort of keep it separate, just so I remember. just in case, like, I don't know if the APY is going to apply to both, but I mean, if you really care, you can put it in WETH and swap it. I don't care enough to do it, but you know, it's just an example, right? So I now hit supply. And what this does as well is it's going to bring my health factor even better, right? Because I'm now borrowing $2,000 from a total of 7.18. So you can see here, I have 27% of my borrow limit and my liquidation's at 80%. So ETH would have had to have gone to like somewhere around like $1,200 to liquidate me, okay? What I just did, by the way, and what I want to explain to you, why it's so important, is I used their program to allow myself to long Ethereum, an asset that I believe is going to go to at least $10,000. And I was able to use my Ethereum. They reward me for using my Ethereum. I get a rebate of, you know, in the supply. I get a rebate in bridging. I borrow a USDC stablecoin that's not the traditional one. So if that gets depegged, then I don't even have to pay it anything back. I pay a fraction of it back, right? So now when Ethereum goes up, the value of what I borrowed and the value that I have for it is a huge discrepancy, right? So I have $2,000 today. Let's say Ethereum doubles. Well, I could sell that amount back for $4,000. I can then pay back the $2,000. I have $2,000 profit. I do this all the time. If you guys watch my videos, if you guys see this with Pepe, with Andy, with a bunch of meme coins as well, like this morning, earlier today, you could even go and take the money from here. You got the USDC, you bridge it out to Ethereum, you bridge it out to other places, and that will allow you to capitalize. Now, the one thing I would say is I showed you supplying ETH because it's safer for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are a lot more risky, so it helps bolster your health factor, but you can just as easily take the money out, take the USDC, bridge it to Ethereum mainnet, buy Pepe. You can bridge the USDC out to Base, go buy virtual, go buy AI agents. You can do all of these things, and the Ethereum you have will allow you to do this. And that's why this is so important. And that's why it's so foolish when I see people borrowing or lending out USDC and borrowing ETH, because what they're doing is saying, hey, I want this 30% APR for 3 months, which is like, what is it, like 9% over the 3 months, something like that. I'm just trying to spitball, right? And they're going to miss like the doubles, the triples on these assets, like their ETH or if they're whatever the USDC could be. And then on top of it, they're not capitalizing to use it. A lot of people are really stupid when it comes to this. They are doing A, B, C. We are playing four-dimensional chess here, making sure we're making so much more money off of this. And that's why I like doing this way. Now, obviously, there are risks involved. The reason I don't really like Venus, and I'm just showing you this, is the moment Aave opens up any sort of allocation, I'm moving all of this to Aave. And the reason for that is I'm not saying Venus is bad, but if I had to, if someone put a gun to my head and told me, I got to pick a protocol to use, it would be Aave, and it's safer. And people will come and say, well, there's more percent here. Yeah, of course. They give you more percent because there's more risk. But I do not want to risk my Ethereum. Would you want to risk half your portfolio just for an additional 2% interest? No. And 2% per year? No, thank you. This is why you've got to be very careful. Very careful. DeFi is so stupid. Protocol could get hacked and drain your 30K position. That's just... Yeah, so... I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying about DeFi getting hacked. And this is why, you want to go to a protocol like Aave that has basically proven to be safe. They have a lot of checks and balances and everything else like that. And I mean, buying Fartcoin now is stupid. I bought Fartcoin at 1/10 of the current value. Why would I buy Fartcoin now? Granu's just here trying to sell their bags because Granu, let's be honest, bro. You bought Fartcoin at 1.5 billion, eh? Is that what you did? Are you down on your fart coin position? You're down like 30%. Is that what's going on? You need people to buy back in so you can make your money, right? It was 1.5. No, yeah. Oh, sorry, 1.6. This is where Gron bought in right here at the top. So how much are you down, buddy? Let's see. Gron is down 33%. Gron, I feel bad, bro. This is why Gron on this channel trying to get people to buy his bags. Don't worry, man. We're not gonna top blast for you. I still would not buy. I hold fart coin. I would not tell people to buy here. That is retardation. Where you should be looking to buy is right here, in this area, at around 800 million market cap, 800 to 850. How stupid. Who's gonna buy it here? Come on, man. Come on. Anyways, all right. If I borrow 10K of stable and DPEGs, you don't owe them 10K. No. So Simply Gains, I'm gonna explain this to you. If you borrow 10,000 USDC and it DPEGs, it's worth 5,000 now. Great. It's still 10,000 USDC, right? It's 10,000 USDC or whatever, or to a 10,000 of your stable coin, but it's worth 5,000. So you can go and buy that on the market for 5,000, get 10,000 in nominal, and then supply it back, and boom, you're good to go. Or repay it back and you're good to go. You owe them the number of token. You don't owe them the value. And that's why I always look for wormhole USDC. I know it's bad, right? I don't want them to get like compromised, but if they do, I get paid. So it's extra insurance. So why wouldn't you take it? Do you get what I'm saying? I always look to borrow the assets that can get depegged and swap them right away into something else. You don't want Fartcoin anymore? Yeah, so what are you saying? What are you saying? Like, you can't buy Fartcoin now. Exactly. Like, why would you buy Fartcoin now? 850 mil. Look, I made like a 10x on it. I'm happy. But you can still find entry. Yeah, of course. Gron, you're missing the point, buddy. I use DeFi to get me AI coins. I borrowed $33,000 against my Ethereum to buy virtuals, to buy Anon, like coins that have done fantastic. Like, take a look at Anon here, right? And this is going to go super high. I haven't sold a single token. Like, look at this, man. Like, this is my entry right here. Like, what are you talking about? And it's all on borrowed money. Like, you got to be smart, man. Gronny, you can't be one-dimensional. Otherwise, you're not going to make it, bro. That's just the whole thing. So, an important criteria to watch is the number of ZK tokens allocated by ZkSync. 100%, and I agree. There's better allocation, but we don't care about that. We care about safety. Safety first. Do not compromise your money. I don't care if you get an extra few percent. If they tell you the risk is doubled on something, I'm not doing it. It's just not worth it. So my recommendation always is, my recommendation always is go to safest. Manage to deposit on Aave, supplied US. No. What the hell? Hasuna, what are you doing? You deposited USDC on Aave? No. You never do that. You never want to supply USDC. You want to borrow USDC. You want to supply ETH. Oh, okay. So you said it wrong then. You didn't supply USDC. You supplied ETH and you borrowed USDC. Yeah, exactly. So you can do that. So you can definitely do that, Hasuna. I don't want to make sure I don't miss out on this either. Let's go check Aave, because that would be totally like unfair if I can't get in. Okay. Oh, it looks like I can. No, this is base. Never mind. Let's go see. And yeah, I'll check again. We'll check again later. So you don't have to so you swap it to ETH if you want. That's one option. One other option, by the way, is going in and leaving it in USDC and bridging it out somewhere else and buying something else. You use the USDC to buy something that you are bullish on. If it's Pengu token, if it's virtual, if it's, AI16Z, if it's Fartcoin, whatever it may be, you can bridge those funds out. It doesn't matter. You don't get penalized for that. If you want to do the easiest thing, and what I showed you guys, because I didn't want to spend like all this time bridging back and forth, you can buy Ethereum and supply it back into Aave. And I would always supply it back in the same protocol because it helps bolster your health factor. You want your health factor to be at least 2 on Aave. That's just to be very safe. What about my case? I have loads of stables. I don't plan to return with them this cycle. What does that even mean? You don't plan to return with them? Like, are you saying like you just be sitting on a pile of cash? It's under your pillow? Like what's going on here? Like what is your portfolio, just fully stable coins and not ETH, Bitcoin, Sol, Tau, whatever? Like, you want to make sure you build your spot portfolio out. And if you have Sol, you can lend it out on Camino Finance. If you have ETH, you can lend it out on Aave. And especially with ZkSync Ignite, you can now lend it out on Aave and get rewarded. And then you also get rewarded when you used like any of the dexes that were highlighted to swap those borrowed USDC into altcoins. Well, I mean, I really don't know what to tell you about where to use them. Like, if half is stables and half is alts, well, why is half alts? Like, I mean, why is half stables? Like, if you are sitting on the sideline, there's obviously a reason for that. Do you believe the market's going to go lower? Are you planning on chasing? Are you planning on saying that's it? Those stable coins are going to be withdrawn? Like, what is your plan, Brogle? Does borrowing and supplying that asset count for ZK campaign? It does. The borrowing doesn't, but the supplying counts, and the swapping, the using of dexes counts, and the bridging counts. Bridging in, supplying, and swapping counts for ZK campaign. But Brogle, okay, I'm gonna show you an example here, okay? And I'm trying to show you this in a way to try to like make you see something. I'm going to show you the chart of Ethereum, okay? Just take a look at this, okay? This is the daily chart. Ignore these things over here. You guys see it? So look at this chart. This was the last cycle all-time high, right? And since then, we've been in a period where we, bear market, accumulation, drove up, then 6 months, 7 months of, sideways action, right? Like, just take a look at this. You guys remember this, right? Should delete this stuff, 'cause, I know what this is. I don't need this here. So basically, at this point, what's going to happen at some point is Ethereum is going to like go down here, and then come up and likely hit a new all-time high, just like we saw in every cycle prior. That's why like these things are so small, right? Like, you got to zoom in to see how these cycles went. If you're in stable coins, you're not going to make any money off the bull market. I don't understand what you're doing. Like, having all this money in stable coins at this stage of the cycle, in my opinion, is stupid. It's your call, because I don't want to give financial advice. I am 100% allocated into coins, and I borrow against those coins to buy other things and then sell them when they go up. Bridging is a good idea. Thanks, no problem. When will WETH on Aave, WETH on Aave borrowed USDC? Good. It was 800. No, because even still, it's not much. Probably took profit. Well, I asked that question, right? Like, it's one thing if you're saying, okay, I'm done, I'm exiting the market, but then to sit here and keep your stables in, you have to remember there's a massive risk in holding stables during a bear market. If you believe the bull market's over, you don't want to have stable coins. You want to off ramp. And the reason for this is depegging events happen all the time. right? Any sort of massive collapse anywhere leads to a depeg. I remember like last cycle, people were like USDC went down to 90 cents, right? Went back after, but it went to 90 cents at one point, right? And people get scared because when you start seeing that drop, you start trying to panic sell and whatever. So there is a risk in holding stablecoins. Stablecoins are the highest risk asset, in my opinion, in crypto, because sometimes they're not backed. We know about Tether and all the other stuff. And then the other thing is you are sidelined from all the bull market action. In the bear market, you can still get screwed. So like, what is the benefit of holding stablecoins? There is none. What would you do if you had extra money? I don't know. Like I was spending all of my extra money, putting money into Bitcoin at $18,000 in 2023, or 18 to 20,000 US. I don't know now. Like I still buy Ethereum. Like I buy Ethereum like literally every other day, as much as the bank lets me, like 10,000 clips. But at a certain point, I'm going to stop because, once we break out over 4,000, I just don't see, I will not buy Ethereum over 4,000. I refuse to do it. So that's just me. But it's up to you. You have to decide what you're bullish on, what you have conviction on, and then you can sort of get in. Hey, John Boy. Well, actually, we're at the end. So, guys, I'm going to do an AMA later tonight. I have a laundry service coming here or whatever. And then I have some coaching calls. And then I'll do an AMA. And we will talk about all the things you have there. So, guys, if you have any questions, we'll go through that there. Once again, I just want to thank you once again for watching this video. Hope you find it helpful. Let me know if you want more like live diving into these programs when it happens, so you can play along with me or sort of bridge along with me or swap along with me or whatever it may be. Show us some love, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. My services are linked below, and as well as my socials. Go check them out. Thanks again. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later for the AMA. Bye.